Okay, so we're going to try a little something. We're going to call this Lita's Corner. I'm going to read a story, then you can listen to it or watch the little video anytime that you're ready. So we're going to be reading this book. It's Best Loved Children's Stories. So let's see. What do we have? Best Loved Children's Stories. Ah, looks like it's got some cute little stories with teddy bears. Mama bear and baby bear. Let's see what's our first story. We have The Ant and the Grasshopper. Here we go. The Ant and the Grasshopper. Summer had just begun. Animals and insects scurry about, enjoying summer sun. Summer's here, the best time of the year, the grasshopper sang. A line of ants marched past, carrying bits of food as they walked along. Some crumbs fell. Before the ants could pick up the food, the grasshopper had eaten it up. The ants at the end of the line walked up to the grasshopper. There's the grasshopper. And there's the ants. The ants doesn't look too happy. Look at that grasshopper. We worked hard to gather this food, said the ant. You should have helped us. That's what's wrong with your summer song, the grasshopper sang. Summertime is for play, not work. Summertime is for getting all the food we will need for the winter, said the ant. Winter's far away. I'd rather go and play, said the grasshopper, turning away. Wait, cried the ant. What about the food you took from us? The grasshopper pointed towards a field. There's a whole field of wheat replace your crumbs, he called, heading off to a nearby cornfield. The grasshopper quickly forgot the ant and leaped onto the cornstalk, where soft leaves gave him a shady bed. Those ants can work and store. I choose to snooze and snore. He fell asleep. Meanwhile, the ant lined the tunnels of his home with food and seeds. When the snow is on the ground, we will be full and warm in our nest, thought the ant. All the summer, the grasshopper trailed the ants, eating his fill of the food they found and resting while they worked to store it. Then one day the grasshopper heard a loud noise. The farmer was harvesting the corn. I just lost my bed and food, he cried. Well, there's the lazy grasshopper. And the ants are still working. A line of ants marched past and heard the grasshopper. The ant stopped. The days are getting shorter, my friend, he said, but there is still time for you to store food and find winter shelter. Not today. I got to play, sang the grasshopper, hopping through the grass. He came across a promising spot under the shade of an old oak. But as soon as he had gotten comfortable, he heard a plop. Oh, I'm sorry, exclaimed a squirrel in the tree above him. I'm collecting acorns for the winter. The more the better. As the grasshopper soon saw, the field was filled with squirrels gathering nuts. There's the squirrel. And there's the grasshopper. The squirrels chattered to one another. Have you heard? The winter is going to be very snowy. All this work was making it very hard to play and to sleep. The grasshopper hopped through the fields and came across a warm, sunny rock. He was just settling down when the ants began marching by. You again, said to the ant. I was sure that by now you have enough. You can't eat all the stuff. I've always better to have a little extra than not enough, the ant replied. The grasshopper frowned. The sun had moved and the rock was now cold. There's the grasshopper. There's the squirrels talking about the winter is coming. The grasshopper hopped off the apple orchard and found a few small apples on the ground. He munched on them until he was full. Then he settled in for a nap near the root of the tree. The grasshopper shivered. The sun had already set. Someone needs to tell the sun that his working day is not done, he said unhappily. The sun was one thing the grasshopper didn't mind seeing at work. With each day, though, it seemed to work less and less. The ground seemed colder, too. One day, when the grasshopper tried to nibble an apple, he found that it was frozen. I don't like my apple on ice, said the grasshopper. Ooh, there's the grasshopper. He is cold. He was so chilly that it was hard for him to think of a second line to his rhyme. Ice, nice, rice, mice. Then he thought, maybe I'll visit my friend the mice. The grasshopper crept into their home of the field mouse family, where it was not nice, when it was so nice and warm inside. Thank you for visiting, said Mother Mouse. I would invite you to stay, but of my sisters and brothers are moving in for the winter. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, here they are now. A crowd of mice rushed into the nest. The grasshopper was out of luck at the mouse house. There's all the mice. And there's the grasshopper. He can't stand it, so he's gonna go bye-bye. The grasshopper hopped back to the orchard. The ground was so cold that it hurt his tiny feet. Where are those ants now that I need them? Said the grasshopper. Suddenly, snow began to fall. He had to get inside or he would freeze. Hopping as fast as he could, the grasshopper raced to the ant's home. Is anybody home? He called. Why aren't you out in the snow? Asked the wise ant. The grasshopper wanted to say he was just visiting, but he could feel the cold wind in his back. Sadly, the grasshopper sang. I would have listened to what you said. Now I'm cold and scared and unfed. See, the grasshopper is sorry now. It wasn't his bedtime, but he hoped the ant would understand. He did, but he wanted to be sure that the grasshopper understood too. We got our food for the winter by working hard. If you stay with us, you'll have to work hard too. The grasshopper gulped, but then he remembered that the ice and snow. Your job will be to sing for us, laughed the ant, because winter is our time to play. All the winter, the grasshopper sang for the ant and his family. And the next summer, the grasshopper sang a song as he helped to gather food. Summer work is slow and steady. What? When winter comes, I will be ready. There's the grasshopper singing for all the ants. They were dancing. The end. And remember, Lita loves you. Good night.